You're scrolling through your phone. Someone nearby collapses. You look up, you look around, and you wait. You tell yourself someone else will help. You assume someone already called for aid, but the real answer is far stranger. Your silence isn't cowardice. It isn't even really a choice. It's a switch in your brain that gets flipped the moment other people are watching too. Picture a street in New York City. It's 1964. A young woman named Kitty Genovese is walking home. She is attacked outside her apartment building. The attack lasts for more than half an hour. Newspapers later claimed dozens of neighbors heard her cries and did nothing. That number was exaggerated. Historians have since shown the real picture was messier, with fewer witnesses fully aware of what was happening. But the story spread anyway. It lodged itself in the public imagination, and it asked a question psychologists couldn't ignore. Why do people freeze when someone needs help? Two researchers decided to find out. Their names were John Darley and Bibb Latane. They didn't believe the answer was simply that people are cruel. They suspected something else was happening, something built into the architecture of a group. So they ran an experiment. Participants sat alone in a room, wearing headphones, believing they were part of a discussion with other students over an intercom. In reality, the other voices were recordings. During the session, one voice suddenly seemed to have a seizure, choking sounds, words breaking apart, a call for help. Here's what they found. When a participant believed they were the only one who could hear the emergency, 85% of them rushed to help within a minute. Almost everyone acted. But when participants believed 4 other people could also hear the same emergency, that number collapsed. Fewer than a third helped within the same window. Some never helped at all. Nothing about the emergency changed. Only the number of people who seemed to be listening changed. And that was enough to change everything. Darley and Latane called this diffusion of responsibility. When you believe you're the only witness, the weight of the moment lands entirely on you. But add other people to the scene, even people you can't see, and something quietly rebalances in your mind. The responsibility splits. It thins out. It becomes someone else's job, even though no one has actually claimed it. Think about what that means for a second. Your brain isn't calculating who is best equipped to help. It's calculating how much of the burden is yours alone, and the more people it counts, the smaller your slice becomes. There's a second mechanism working alongside this one. Psychologists call it pluralistic ignorance. Before you act, you glance at the people around you. You're checking their faces for a signal. Is this actually an emergency, or am I about to embarrass myself by overreacting? Here's the twist. Everyone else in the group is doing the exact same thing. Every person is scanning every other person, looking for a cue that never comes, because everyone is trying to look calm rather than be the first to react. A calm crowd doesn't mean nothing is wrong. It can mean everyone is performing calm for everyone else, all of them privately unsure, all of them reading the room instead of the emergency in front of them. This isn't a flaw unique to modern cities or crowded sidewalks. It's older than that. Anthropologists studying small hunter-gatherer bands have long noted how survival depended on tightly bound groups, where responsibility for a crisis was rarely ambiguous. When your entire social world consists of 30 people you've known your whole life, there is no anonymous bystander to hide behind. Everyone sees you. Everyone remembers what you did or didn't do. Your brain evolved for that world, a world of small, visible groups where inaction had a face attached to it and consequences that followed you home. It did not evolve for elevators full of strangers, city sidewalks, or crowded subway platforms where the very anonymity that once didn't exist now gives your mind an easy exit. So when you freeze in a crowd today, you're not malfunctioning. You're running ancient software in an environment it was never built for. There's another layer to this, one that researcher Bibb Latané explored further in later work on what he called social impact theory. The idea is simple. The psychological force of a situation, whether it's responsibility, pressure, or guilt, gets divided among everyone present, the same way physical weight gets divided among people carrying something heavy together. Add more hands to the load and each person feels lighter. Add more witnesses to a crisis and each person feels less accountable. This has been tested again and again in different settings, with different emergencies. Smoke filling a waiting room, a person appearing to fall and injure themselves, a wallet dropped in plain view. Across dozens of studies, the pattern holds. Groups respond slower than individuals. Sometimes, groups don't respond at all. But here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Knowing about the bystander effect doesn't automatically protect you from it. Awareness alone isn't a cure. The mechanism runs beneath conscious thought, faster than reasoning, faster than intention. What actually works is far more specific. If you're ever the one who needs help in a crowd, researchers suggest pointing directly at one person, naming a feature, saying you in the blue jacket, call an ambulance. That single act collapses the diffusion instantly. It hands the responsibility back to one specific person, and the ambiguity that let everyone else off the hook disappears in a second. Now think about how much of your daily life runs on the same quiet math. A group chat where everyone assumes someone else will respond to the person who seems upset. A team project where a mistake goes unflagged because surely someone with more authority already noticed. An online post reporting something troubling, sitting there with hundreds of views and no replies, because everyone scrolling past assumes their individual click doesn't matter when so many others have already seen it. You are, in these moments, standing on that same intercom, listening to that same recorded voice, quietly recalculating your share of the responsibility down to nothing. It's worth asking yourself, honestly, when was the last time you assumed someone else would handle something simply because you weren't the only one watching? The uncomfortable truth is that groups don't make us braver. They often make us smaller, not because we don't care, but because caring gets diluted the moment it's shared among strangers who are all doing the same quiet arithmetic you are. And maybe that's the real lesson buried in a 50-year-old psychology experiment and a tragedy on a New York street. The crowd was never the safety net you assumed it was. Sometimes it's the very thing standing between you and the moment you almost stepped forward. You're scrolling through your phone. Someone nearby needs help. This time, you look up and you decide not to wait for someone else to be the one.
Come on, look up.